Hello, it is July the 8th. My name is David Walterman. I am a licensed loan officer in the states of California, Idaho, and Washington. So if you are purchasing or need to refinance in those states, I can help you out there. Today, we're seeing continued movement upward on the 10-year Treasury. I think we often forget how we are interconnected as a globe, and other markets in other countries really affect our own market here. Today, there was a 95% chance that the Reserve Bank of Australia would be cutting rates by 25%, and they chose to pause. This decision has pressured global yields to rise, including our own 10-year Treasury. Right now, we see the 10-year Treasury up 3 basis points, mortgage-backed securities down 5 basis points. This morning, we heard from the White House Council of Economic Advisors Chair Stephen Mnuchin. He spoke to all the fear and trepidation over tariff inflation, pointing to the PCE, Personal Consumption Expenditure reports back from December till now have shown very little inflation, if any. In fact, on imported goods, they've actually decreased by 0.1%. He also talked about growth estimates that he thinks are underestimated. He is saying that over the next 10 years, we could see $8 to $10 trillion worth of growth in our economy. This would go towards deficit reduction, which would be a great thing for our own bond market. Going back to the tariff inflation, that is the one thing that is holding us captive right now. Jerome Powell, our Fed chair, seems to be very worried about tariff inflation, and that's why he is keeping our Fed funds rate where it's at instead of making needed cuts. The only problem is him waiting to cut could cause more damage to our economy than a one-time blip of tariff inflation. Is it a safe time to buy a house? Let's talk about that. Right now, we're seeing an increase in inventory, which is typical for this time of year. We often see a slight increase in inventory through the summer months. In May, there were 1.451 million homes for sale in the United States. This is slightly higher than the last few months and slightly higher than the last 4 years. But it's still less than the 1.594 million homes that were for sale pre-COVID in 2019. This rise in inventory might have people cautious and worried about buying a house right now, maybe thinking that prices will drop and they'll lose money on their investment. There's an interesting historical graph showing that in 2013, people had a 60% chance of losing money on a real estate investment, but that has shrunk to 5.7% chance today, meaning that real estate, the most tax-advantaged investment you can make, gives you a 95% chance of making a profit. Plus, you've got a place to live and call your own. You've got your own yard for your kids or your dogs. You've got a place for a garden. You have the ability to remodel or paint a different color. And you have those tax advantages as well. I always tell potential buyers, you're already paying a mortgage. Is it yours or your landlord's? So given the shortage of inventory and the pent-up demand for housing, I really think it's a safe time to buy a house, especially if you plan to stay put for a while. In that case, real estate is always a great long-term builder of wealth. I believe the lack of supply and the higher demand will keep pressure on home prices, and we'll see them continue to rise. If you're a first-time home buyer or want to move or downsize or maybe buy an investment property, I'm here to help. You can find a link in my bio that will take you to my website. You can reach out from there or DM me below.